Did you know that we have a state-of-the-art meeting and event center right in the heart of Statesville in downtown Statesville? Tune in now as we talk to the team from the Statesville Civic Center.
Welcome to Discover Statesville, the show that takes you on a captivating journey through the heart of one of North Carolina's most charming towns.
Welcome back to Discover Statesville. Today we're joined by Kenny Roberts and Amye Burks from the Statesville Civic Center. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
How are y'all doing today?
Doing good.
We're glad to have you here. So, I guess, Kenny, start off, tell us about the Statesville Civic Center.
Well, we've been in existence for 23 and a half years.
It's crazy, isn't it?
23 and a half years.
Partied like it was 1999, right?
Yeah.
That's how it all began.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Right, New Year's the deal, right?
New Year's Eve.
2000, that was the deal?
I wasn't here then.
Did Prince perform?
I don't think so. I don't believe so. But it was an epic opening from what I understand. And we've been operating every since, 7 days a week usually. And of course, we're primarily a rental facility, and we're available for the citizens of Statesville and beyond. We host numerous events every week of various types: birthday parties, wedding receptions, meetings, civic organizations. We have quite a few of those that meet with us as well. So it keeps us busy and open 7 days a week. A couple of churches use the facility on Sunday morning, and then we'll have usually a couple other things Sunday afternoons as well. So,
and I know that 23 and a half years. I know that at the last new council member in orientation, there's some figures that get thrown out about the amount of events that have happened there, or people that you anticipate. Do you remember what any of those are off the top of your head? I mean, the amount of events was pretty astounding. I mean, I feel like it was like over 10,000 events that have taken place in the Civic Center.
I want to say near 15,000 events, and we classify event as a 8-person meeting or a 600-person banquet.
Sure.
They're all the same, and they're each as important to us as any other event.
Yeah.
And I want to say the attendance was in the 1.5 million.
Wow.
Number of people have come through the doors in that time period. And of course, we have really busy days and some days where it's not as busy, which gives us a chance to clean up and reorganize the rooms and everything like that. So, but yeah, it's progressively gotten busier up until the dreaded COVID period, where we had to shut down for several months. And then when we were reopening, it was limited numbers of people. But we're back to the type of a usage that we had before the pandemic.
Which has seemingly increased every year.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's been a fun February here for us because we kind of did, when I meant here at Discover Statesville, we kind of did a rundown of all the events that were happening, and it seemed like it was like Civic Center, Civic Center.
5 in a row.
Right.
Vendor weekends.
And we had the benefit of actually having a lot of the event organizers who are partnering with you guys, who I hope you've watched the episodes because they said amazing things about you guys. They long-time relationships. They love doing business with the Civic Center, which is amazing. But I say all that to say, like you guys have had a very busy first quarter kickoff.
Yeah. And it's usually once a group comes and tries us once for a vendor event, they always come back.
Yeah.
Like we'll start with Comic-Con, we started with that one show. And then they did like 2 a year, and then they started coming every year. Same with the gun show. They started with 1, and now we have them February and October every year. So once we get them in,
Sure,
we'll take care of them. They'll bring it, they'll always come back.
Yeah. Comic-Con
And
was
they love Statesville.
Yeah. They were very, very excited to share all things that they loved about Statesville.
Well, and we appreciate y'all having them on the show, too.
Oh, no, absolutely.
That shows the holistic view that Statesville has.
Right.
Even though it's an event at the Civic Center, it means a lot to the city.
Yeah.
And by having them here, it helps promote their events, obviously. And that's going to help them keep them coming back, too, as their attendance has been good. And I know the last couple of shows, just hearing afterwards that their attendance has been very good. So
Right.
I think a lot of people are looking for things to do right here in their hometown, too.
Yeah.
It brings a lot of people into the community. I mean, not only the vendors who are probably here for the weekend,
Right.
but a ton of day visitors that are coming through, and it's one of these things. There, you look at those different events. Quilt show, gun show, Comic-Con. You're probably hitting a bunch of different demographics there, which is huge.
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah. And Saturday, if you were downtown Saturday and went out to eat anywhere after Comic-Con or during Comic-Con, but the whole town was just full of people.
Oh, yeah.
The city was full.
we were driving around. My son and I, we had to deliver a bunch of pork butts from a scout fundraiser, and we're driving through, and he's like, "Dad, look at that person over there." And I'm like,
Why are they dressed like that?
I'm like, "Oh." And then, drive along, and he's like, "Look at that person." I'm like,
What's going on?
And then we see like a Boba Fett or something from Star Wars, and he's like, "Is it Comic-Con?" I was like, "Oh, that's right, it's Comic." I was like, "That's right."
That's my
happening
favorite
today.
part, to see all the different
Because
characters.
we weren't at the Civic Center, we were down at the square.
Walking
or
around
something,
town.
but,
That's so cute.
it added a lot of flair to the community
It
today, which
does.
was cool.
But it's important to note, because I think a lot of people don't realize the amazing economic impact that the Civic Center brings by having an event. So we had the ladies from the quilting extravaganza.
That's right, quilting and needle art extravaganza.
In here with us, and that was actually. We were thinking, what are we going to talk about? And it was the funnest.
Oh, man, we had a great time.
The funnest,
Yeah.
the best one we've done in 8 months.
I
It
bought a
was
sewing machine
fun.
since.
But came to the show and 40 different vendors, and I kind of just started asking, like, where are you staying? Have you been out to eat? And they stay in our hotels for 3 nights, 40 of them, which is a huge economic impact. And then they go to dinner still, even after eating the meal that gets, $220 is economic impact too. Even after the catering that comes in that day, they go out to dinner. The amount of money that gets spent by people coming from out of town, because we have this amazing asset, and the Civic Center is phenomenal. Like, it's a really cool thing to see happen and continue to grow.
Well, and these type of events, we've got them back to back to back right here. We kind of like to spread them out a little bit more too, or at least
I think just add more.
That's right.
Well, my point being, 1 or 2 a month throughout the year, where you're driving people into town. And you and I have had a conversation about the economic impact. We've never had it quantified or had somebody do a study on it. It'd really be interesting to see what that number is when you're talking about hotels, the restaurants, and shopping in town.
Right, yeah.
So it's there. We know it's good for the community. The more of these type of events that we can do, the better off it's going to be.
Right.
So
Definitely something we should work on.
yeah, in conferences.
Yeah, yeah.
During the week.
Sure.
Well, they did when the Main Street Conference was here, and you fit 700 people in 700 people in that building. That was amazing. And I think Iredell Free News did a economic impact study, and it was millions of dollars for that week.
Just
those
that week.
700 people being here.
Wow.
I read that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
That's
but
impressive.
talking about events and the work you guys been doing, Amy's baby, right? Her Pride and Joy is coming up this
Statesville
weekend.
Bridal Expo. Yes, this is the last vendor event of that really long stretch, and this is the one that we put on. So this one is a big one for us.
Right.
After Sunday, I may have to take a nap or something.
No rest
weeks
for
off.
the weary. Now, how many years have you guys been putting on the Statesville Bridal Expo?
As far as I know, since the very first year, right? Or was it 2020 or 2021?
Yeah, I think it may have been a year or so after.
Yeah, 2021.
20.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
2001. 2021, yeah.
Time's slipping by.
2 years.
Really fast. Yeah.
But I think it's been at least 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And it's well, I'll let Amy talk
I know.
about it.
I was a vendor. Used to be a
That's
vendor
right.
at it. So I was,
wow.
from the very first one, I was a
Okay.
vendor there. So
Well, talk about it for the listeners who may not know it's even happening or may not be even getting married, but
Yeah.
might be interested in coming to check it out. I heard Billy Buck say on WAME that he's going to treat it like Costco this weekend. And come
Wait,
sample
are there a bunch of samples?
Evidently, there are.
Oh
some.
gosh, yes. I mean, and we
check
have
my
a
Sunday
lot of caterers. We have a lot of caterers this time. Okay. So we're gonna have a lot of good samples.
This is a totally different market that you may not be tapping into.
But yeah, all the vendors give out samples. Like it's basically if you're engaged or you think you might be getting engaged, even planning another type of event, because you use the same type of vendors at most kinds of events. So
Getting divorced, planning your future.
yeah, I mean I don't think we have any divorce lawyers
Some people party for all different kinds of occasions.
Right. But yeah, if you're looking to meet a bunch of vendors to plan your wedding or event, this is the place to be, because we have like over 50 vendors that's going to be there. So you can come Sunday afternoon. You can just kind of go through and meet all the vendors, talk to them, get information from them, try all the samples, things like that. It'll be fun. And then we got lots of good prizes too. So we're giving out door prizes.
I saw that. That's what's the value I saw you sharing about that?
With the door prizes, a lot of our vendors are giving out prizes. So we give those out throughout the day from people who are registered. They either pre-register or register at the door. And so we give those out throughout the day. But after the runway show, which is by Char Bridals at right around 4:15, 4:20, something like that. It'll depend right about in that time. After that, we're going to give away the money prizes.
Okay.
And the grand prize is $750, and the second prize is $250, and you have to be present to win those.
But I just have to buy a ticket to enter those.
No, you have to be a bride registered with us.
Richard, the hair. I mean,
you do have to be registered.
Not excluding you out of that.
Careful.
Let's say you're planning like a vow renewal or something. You would probably qualify.
Let me text my wife. Maybe I'll come for the samples.
I think that could be in the cards for you and Jen.
I'll come for the samples and stay to win the prize.
Yeah,
that'd be really sweet.
And WAME is our title sponsor that is supplying those the grand prize and the runner-up prize.
Oh, so that's why he's talking about getting free samples. He's not just coming.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Yeah, he'll actually not just coming for the.
We're going to have just. Sometimes when you have bridal events, people will come, and it really won't be bridal vendors. Mm-hmm. It'll be more like other things, and you're like, well, where's the videographers? Where's the caterers? Where's the photographers? Where's the planners and the bartender services and things like that? And ours has all those things. Okay. We've got at least 6 or 7 venues on here. Oh, wow. I mean, we've got all the wedding stuff.
So in theory, if you've gotten engaged and you haven't really started any legwork yet, you could come through and ideally make all the connections necessary to sort of put your day together.
You really could.
And our vendors over the years, they come back. Mm-hmm. One, we give them first opportunity each year to get a booth. Mm-hmm. If they come in here and they make a couple of contacts or sign a contract with somebody, it's more than pays for the minimal charge that we do for our booth.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's one thing we've talked about. You go to a Charlotte venue, you're going to pay $500-$600, maybe more for your booth space. Mm-hmm. And ours are $150.
Right.
We raised it up a couple of years back, but we want to keep it affordable. It's local vendors. It's local businesses. Our goal is to get those brides in front of them during the show, and that's the biggest thing we can do, and their wedding parties and their planners and everything, and I think that's key to why it's been successful over the years. We just focus on getting the brides and the wedding planners and everything in front of those vendors.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they keep coming back year after year.
Yeah.
You got travel agents or anybody like honeymoon coordination?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got a couple of travel agents on here too. We've got a lot.
We got an ice
sweet
cream.
shops.
Yeah, I was going to say ice cream and sweet shop.
Boutiques, DJs, wellness spas. We got practically everything.
Plastic surgery.
Look at this, permanent jewelry.
So what is that, like a tattoo artist?
I'm thinking it's more like the dermal jewelry.
Okay.
I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. We'll see.
Right.
If you want to find out, come to the Statesville Bridal Expo.
Really intrigued.
It's only $5 to get in.
Yes. Yeah, we got makeup artists. Just, gosh, everything. I'm so happy with this year's vendor list.
Yeah, it's a big list.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
Looks amazing.
It's great.
Amy, tell us a little bit about the runway show, because I think for someone who hasn't been, I've been, because I've also been a vendor, but experiencing that runway show is so. Tell us a little bit about that, because for a bride to be able to go and actually see dresses and tuxes and stuff actually on people in real life, I think that's pretty cool.
It is a lot of fun, and we alternate we have two local bridal shops, so we've begun to alternate between the two now.
Oh, that's smart.
And both of these shops put on just a wonderful show, and then our DJ has the high energy music going. And if you were at last year's or the year before, they added a little bit of comedy into it too, which was cute.
Yeah.
But the best part about it is it's all the season's best styles and newest styles.
Okay.
So from bridesmaids dresses to flower girl dresses to mother of the bride, bridal gowns, it's the season's latest styles. So, you'll be able to see what's coming up for the year. Plus, both of these shops are very good price-wise. Yeah. They have budgets for all different types of brides.
Yeah.
That'll
And
work.
Right,
So,
like you said, right here in downtown Statesville,
yeah,
both of them.
right. Both of them are right here in downtown Statesville.
Yeah, we're
I'm so
definitely a
happy about that.
destination for downtown Statesville
Brides to
itself.
be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, between jewelers and florists and the bridal shops. I mean, it's really
Catering,
There's a
all the
lot.
things, yeah.
all the
There's a
things.
lot.
Events Unlimited.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
Close by.
Sharp House.
They-
yeah.
Just a couple blocks away.
And they help out with some of the decor on the where the runway is and everything. They've been doing that for
Without
years.
them,
They're-
this would be so much harder.
They're tremendous to work with.
Yeah, they're
Well,
great.
and most of those businesses we're talking about, I know the wedding, the bridal shops are a little new, but like the event planning and the jewelers and flower shops, I mean, they've been around for they've probably
Forever.
been partnering with you guys since the beginning.
Like Johnson and Events and yeah, they've both been there. I know at least
For years.
Gosh, 15,
Probably so.
longer
Yeah.
than that, I think. Yeah,
But in a world where you hear about things, businesses not making it, I mean, we really do have some amazing staple businesses
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
we do, and we are a really good place as far as weddings go. We are becoming more of a destination wedding place because of all the venues that we have now and all the great vendors that we have.
Yeah, it's changed a lot over the last
Yeah.
5 to 10 years. We were doing a lot more wedding and wedding receptions. We're not doing as many now because there's other choices in the community, which I've always said is good for people. If you only have one choice to go eat food, you're only going to go to that restaurant. If you've got 8, you've got a variety of things to choose from. But what we're finding is the ones that are booking our facility will book out the entire building. So they have exclusive use, and they'll have other events going on. So we're still filling up on the weekends. So it hadn't hurt us. And again, for the community, this Statesville area, I think it's great that these other venues are out there. Sure. And we have several of them that'll be vendors at this show.
And we certainly don't mind recommending them. Anytime we're full and people ask, well, who do you recommend or do you know anything else? I'll almost always give them my Bridal Expo list for vendors. Yeah. So, we don't
makes
mind.
it nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that keeps their names in front of brides, throughout the whole year instead of just at the expo as well. So
Yeah, more and more people, it seems like, are picking destination weddings, and because we're so centrally located, let's keep our hotels full on the weekend too.
right. I'm always surprised by the people from, like, the wedding I booked yesterday, they live in Gastonia, and they booked a wedding for a Monday.
Oh, wow.
The whole building. Yeah.
That's nice.
So you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
We need to incentivize them to come in the whole weekend before with their entire family.
Big family, a very big family.
Yeah, that's cool. A Monday
500 plus
wedding.
people, yeah.
Yeah, very very
500
cool.
plus. That is a big
500
wedding.
plus, yes.
So I know we haven't highlighted these yet, but you guys have some coin shows, some really cool events still coming up, right? Still on the docket that haven't happened yet, or
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, the
March.
coin shows in March. It is on the 16th and 17th, and they've been having that show for years too, and they do 2 of them
Yeah,
during
2
the
a
course
year.
of the year.
Yeah.
They're coming in to speak with us, so we'll have
Oh,
a show with them
great!
too.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And then later on in March, the 22nd through the 24th, WAME is doing the Home and Garden Show. I believe this is the second year they've done that. And matter of fact, in speaking with them recently, I think they filled up their vendor booths already.
good.
Oh, good
So
for
they're getting a good following with that. So those are the next couple coming up. And then later on in the year, as you're aware, the Carolina Farm Trust is coming back.
Right, right.
For the second year for the conference. It was the Systems Change.
Right.
I don't know if that title will change this year, and that's going to be in September. Another great event for
Yeah, and that's midweek.
Steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midweek, people coming
Yeah.
in from out of town, so we're very excited about that. And that brings, hopefully, it's going to bring over 300 people this year to stay.
I think it'll
stay
build.
in our hotels.
I think it'll build from last year's event. And Zach is great to work with, as you
Yeah.
well know. So
His whole team, anyway.
yeah, the whole team.
I love you, Zach, but you're a very busy boy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He is.
Yeah,
So-
I think they came and spoke to us last year, so maybe we'll have them back
They did,
in.
yeah.
Back
Oh,
in
yeah,
this
for
year
sure.
too. They had that amazing farm to table dinner. down
Well, and I think that's what I was
Broad
going to say.
Street.
That's one of the cool things about bringing conferences into the Civic Center that will sometimes then also bleed over into other parts of town. You know, the Civic Center fit the bill for a lot of what they wanted to do, but they also really wanted to have this outdoor dinner, so they had that right here, and it's walkable to downtown Statesville.
Yeah.
So it's a
was
great
really
location to
cool.
have the Civic Center right here in downtown.
Well, we also have the Red Knights
The Dixie Rally.
Dixie
yeah.
Rally. It's going to be. It's several days, right?
They're here for 5 days.
5 days, and they're having
Wow.
dinner that Friday night.
Friday night
at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
And then
They're doing something in Statesville every day for 5 days, so it's gonna
that's
be pretty
awesome.
cool. We've got
Yeah.
3 hotels filled with those guys.
Ooh.
So it should be a fun night, a fun Friday night at
Yeah.
the Civic Center.
Wow.
yeah, and then is it the North Carolina Cycle
Oh, yeah.
Association?
Yeah, well,
Is that
the NC Cycle NC.
Cycle NC.
So the Mountains to Coast race. So we haven't released a lot of details about that, but we're going to make sure that we showcase the Civic Center in partnership with you guys front and center and have a dinner there as
Right.
well.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
So-
to Richard's point, just because it may emanate from the Civic Center, it might have a lot more impact in other locations around town, especially these multiple day events.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a team effort, everyone working together to, when someone comes in from out of town, it's, hey, what do you need? And then let us figure out
It
how
has
make
to be.
Make it
Yeah,
work.
it has to be.
Yeah.
There's so many moving parts to something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
and then like you said before, at the beginning of the show, Kenny, in the in-between time, you get a lot of locals that are, coming out and using the Civic Center for a variety of,
Right.
a variety of
Constantly. Yeah,
reasons.
I mean, we're constantly having weddings, birthday parties, baby showers, 3 or 4 baby showers a weekend, because a lot of people use the smaller rooms for those. And so, yeah, we have all sorts of still have individual events, community members.
You
but-
guys stay pretty full. There's not,
Yeah, our
do you
weekends.
have an open weekend?
Well,
Cindy wants to write that down.
yeah.
Write that down.
And we're booking 18 months out. So realistically, somebody that's wanting to plan a wedding or wedding reception or any type of event on a Saturday, the earlier they call, the better chance they have
Right.
of some availability, which is a good situation to have. But at the same time, we hate turning the business away.
Right.
That's where we may reference some of the other venues in town as well and say, hey, try this venue out. They can accommodate so many people. But I think Amy said this many times is we host events that run the gamut of life, from baby showers, birthday parties, graduations, weddings, retirements, and all through life.
Sure.
And
And the
memorials,
longer
too,
we're open,
Yeah.
the more we're going to see people.
You might hit all. You might hit
Yeah,
all.
right,
hit all
right.
Yeah.
We talk to a lot
That'd
of
make a
people.
good story. We need to track someone down.
We've
would.
we've had conversations. Oh, I remember going to prom here.
Yes, a
Or
lot
I
of our
remember
brides.
this. So
Yeah.
it's available. 7 days a week, assuming we have availability, and the vast majority of the events that we do host are individual private party functions. Most of those on the weekend, and that's great. This facility is built for the uses of the local community,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
It's
they're using it.
Sure.
I like
Great.
to think of all the memories, all these years, all the community memories of good things that's happened to them there that just, like a really joyful place full of great memories of the community.
Well, and it
Cool.
sounds like talking to the meeting organizers, you guys make a lot of friends too, lifelong friends. And
They're
building-
great.
Building relationships with people you work with. But before we wrap up today, why don't you guys tell everyone how they can get a hold of you and get your rates and book the Civic Center for their next event?
Well, it's all online if you want to go to civiccenter.statesvillenc.net. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram. Kenny insists we answer the phone. So you can call us. You can call us, and a real
Thank you, Kenny.
person will answer, yes.
I'm the third option.
Yeah. But yeah, we will answer the phone. You can just walk in the door at the Civic Center, and we will stop what we're doing and help you. So just come on in. We'll check a date for you, or book the room, take you on a tour.
Speaking of just walking in, and we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about this. You guys are actually home to an amazing piece of art, a destination art that everyone, even if you don't have an event to plan, you should make it a point to get by the Civic Center. So talk about what you have there in the foyer, just for real quick.
The fresco.
The big long fresco.
Right? Long fresco. And we do get a lot of people that come in just to see the fresco, groups and just individuals and people on the fresco trail. But it is one of his very popular frescoes. And we have a lot of information there. And people always want to know the symbolism of the different things. So that's always fun.
Well, I think that's cool too, because you do have that. You have the other artwork in the hallway that gives you some backstory on the fresco and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what you're looking at, you can go and learn a little bit about fresco style painting.
Yeah, because it's a unique art form.
Yeah.
It really is. And I want to have a shout out to the Convention and Visitor Bureau, who has brought in, or at least helped coordinate, several groups coming in the last couple of months.
Yeah, they've loved it.
And, they'll contact us and say, hey, we have a group, we're going to be there at 11 o'clock. Can somebody from staff give them the 10-minute spiel on it? Which I've done a couple of them, but artwork is interpretation too, and that is a piece of work that you need to stand in front of and interpret your own way. We can give you the printed out version of it, but it's a unique thing to have in our community.
It's super cool.
I think there's
It really is.
I think he has 7 of them around the state, maybe 8.
I'm not sure.
There's a couple in Charlotte.
But it's a trail and
yeah.
a popular one.
Very popular.
Yeah. But if you're local and you have not been into the Civic Center to actually experience the Ben Long fresco there, you definitely should do it and say hello to the team and book yourself an event while you're there. So this weekend, Statesville
this
Bridal
Sunday,
Expo.
This Sunday.
Yes.
Statesville Bridal Expo.
Don't miss it.
Don't
And you
miss
can buy
it.
tickets at the door, right?
Yes. You can get your tickets at the door.
Could it sell out?
No.
Okay.
Nope. And you don't have to pre-register or anything, but you can, or you can just register at the door. But
And what are the hours, Amy?
1 to 5.
1 to 5.
And how many vendors with samples do you think we're talking?
We're right at about 55 vendors.
Richard wants to know if you just make them a plate, Amy.
You can make lunch out of it.
That's right.
I'll wrap it up and put it in the back for you.
Perfect.
Statesville Civic Center, everybody. Thank you guys so much for everything you do, for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you for joining Discover Statesville. You can email us at discover@statesvillenc.com. Check us out on Facebook at Discover Statesville NC, #Discover Statesville, and our website, statesvillenc.com. Catch us next week as we continue on our journey to uncover the hidden gems, culinary adventures, entertainment, and to be inspired and enlightened as we discover Statesville.